So it's about 6:45 AM. I'm literally just docking in Tangier Med. I think I'm the only bike on this one, so hopefully I should be able to get through paperwork at the passport control and customs pretty quickly. We can get on the road, go on a slightly circuitous route down to Casablanca. Looks like we're about to just pull in, so I better get on with this. Oh, here we go! Africa! Holy moly! Right, up to that check booth then. Hopefully I'll be the first one there, get my paperwork through and get out on the road. This is the only thing that's the delay now. Like I said, last time I was here, there must have been 60 bikes trying to come through. And it took fucking ages. I think there's this place. This one. Oi! Why is there no one here? Can I come over there? There we go. Well, that was quick. First one out. Literally, I reckon that took a minute, and I reckon I was there for an hour last time. It took a minute this time. Straight through. Fantastic. I was quite worried that was going to take fucking ages, but as it turned out, early ferry. First one off. Lovely. I like being the first one off the ferry. It's my goal in life to be the first one off the ferry. And straight through. Man, I reckon they're still unloading and I'm straight through. So, here we go. Let the African adventure begin. Where are we going? Down here. It's lovely. It's 23 degrees. Perfect biking temperature. I just ditched my thermal undertops. I thought it was only going to be 18. But actually it's 23 already. Sun's not quite up yet, so I'm going to get a little bit done I think. This morning, whilst the temperature remains low, I think it's expected to be about 29, I think it said on the weather forecast for Casablanca. So that's not as bad as yesterday's 39. 29 would seem a bit of a relief, but find the gear, man, find the gear, what the hell? Well, let's go and ride over those mountains, I reckon. What do you reckon? Yeah, that looks like fun. This is a very pleasant road. Temperature's starting to pick up. It's a little bit gravelly. A lot of donkeys around. Who doesn't love a donkey? Everyone loves a donkey. A lot of donkeys, a lot of doggos. A bit of wind. Feels really warm, even though it's 15 degrees cooler than it was yesterday. Well, yesterday was pretty brutal. Bus trying to kill me. Seems to be a very popular bus route this. No one else here, no other traffic. I must have passed 4 buses. I've had 4 buses come past me. The old road through this valley. So this road is the P4704, basically heading south from Tangier Med, and I'm heading towards Casablanca. It's sort of going around a bit closer to the coast. through this little, well, I'd call this a B road in the UK. Hardly anything on it, a little bit of traffic, so you've got to pay a bit of attention. It's pretty quiet. It's a pretty nice road, widening itself up through this little mountain range. Love roads like this. They're not particularly fast. They just kind of wind back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, 40, 50 miles an hour. Assuming there's no traffic. Enjoy the ride. Temperature's dropped a little bit now as well, so well, it was about 18 degrees, but it goes back up to 21 now. Actually, this van's seen me. Probably hasn't. They very rarely do on corners. They pretty likes to cut a corner in a car. Look at that view. I don't know if you can see the view. Very nice. Let's get to the top of this. Back into the sunshine. I think my sat nav's a little bit out. It's saying I'm going to arrive in Casablanca at like 12:30. It's 230 miles away. It's 9 o'clock now. I don't think I'm going to be doing 230 miles in 3 hours 20 minutes at this speed. So I'm not sure if it's slightly confused. It's going to wind itself back out, but anyway, I don't have to be there till later on, so I'm not too bothered. Lots of cows around. Slightly hobbled up, got their legs tied together so they can't wander off too far. I assume that's the reason. Overtake this guy, getting rush hour traffic. That's the fucking thing. Sunshine right in my eye. Oh, look at that, it's gone up 6 degrees in the space of about a minute. Actually considered putting my heated grips on a moment ago. Now I think about taking my jacket off again. Can't win. Never seems to be quite the right temperature on a bike. You're never quite in the right clothing. Never quite in the right setup. Don't know why we do it. Stop and get a photo at some point, I think. Maybe not here. I seem to have hit a lot of traffic in the last mile. There we go, fucking hell, everywhere. Where are these people going? Office, I'm guessing. Sandero, that's the Sandero. Let's go past. Got a little foot wave. It's a nice little road. This must go somewhere interesting, the number of people that are on it. Another car. Busy. On the A1. scenery here is absolutely out of this world. It's stunning. Facing the wrong way now, typical. As soon as I press record, turn the corner and the view's behind me. Well, you still can't see it. It's got pretty warm again. It's up to 29. I've had to ditch my jacket. Don't really like riding without the jacket, but I'm not going particularly fast. I'm just going to pay a bit more attention. I always pay a lot of attention anyway, but for this road should be alright. But it's getting a bit warm. But the view across these mountains is just absolutely incredible. I'm so glad I picked this road. The P4702, I think I was on the 4704 earlier. I think that's looking back out towards where the ferry came in. I think I've gone, what would that have been, west along the top of the coast, and then I've kind of turned back round to myself. It's on the other side of the mountains that you see when you come in off the ferry, and I was a minute ago looking back towards that. Absolutely beautiful. So I just topped off the tank with fuel and a little bit of a drama. I've only got euros on me and a card. We didn't take a card. It seems to be insisting on having dirhams, which I don't have. In the end I managed to convince him to take some euros. Wasn't sure if I was about to get ripped off or not. I don't think I was. We put in 14 litres, 206 dirhams according to him, and I gave him about 26 euros. So I think I probably paid a little bit too much, but never mind, don't really care. I think he was saying that there's 200 dirhams is 20 euros, 10 to 1. It's 206 dirhams, so I should have paid 60 cents, not another 6 euros. But I managed to get to throw in a bottle of water as well, so which is what I wanted. So not a complete disaster. Never mind, it's only a few quid, not the end of the world. I paid for the toilet the thingy as well. She told me it was 2 dirhams. It presumably would be 20 cents, and I gave her 2 euros. She said 2, I gave her 2. And she didn't offer me any change, which wasn't surprising. But again, you know, not that big a deal really, is it? I'm happy to get through with a minimal of a fuss for a couple of euros, that's fine. So, not making particularly great progress. I've done about 75 miles or so. I've got in at what? About 8ish, I suppose, was it? Didn't really notice what time it was actually. Must be about 8 by the time I got through, so almost 3 hours in and done 70 miles, so it's now saying 1:30 arrival. Well, I still think that's pretty ambitious, but I'm happy just cruising along, getting some photos, taking some footage, pop the drone up, scenery's fantastic, temperature is nice, 27, kind of in that perfect window, 25 degrees is kind of my ideal. Just meandering along this nice little, not quite single track road, a bit more than that. So this is now the R410. Again, we're still heading south towards Casablanca. Just kind of going the scenic route. If you're in Morocco, I would thoroughly recommend this route. So here we are, finally arriving in Casablanca for another,
what's that say? 7 miles to go to city centre. We just had a very eventful run on the bloody auto routes, and as luck would have it, I hit a bloody péage, which was really annoying. And so I pulled up to the first booth which said card, so I only had euros on me in cards, and of course my card didn't work, which is pretty typical of me when it comes to péage. So then I had to wheel my bike back out and around and go to the cash one. And I'm sitting at the cash one, I'm going, I can pay by card or I can pay by euros. I'm to do this in French. And I'm saying to her, j'ai seulement une carte bancaire or 50 euros en espèces. And she's like, in French, no, you can only pay by dirhams, don't take anything else. And I'm like, well, I haven't got anything else, literally all I've got is a card and 50 euros in cash. And she's like, no. Anyway, she eventually tried my card, and of course it didn't work, and then she says, oh, give me the 50. I'm like, okay, right, progress, finally. She's just going to take the 50, pay me out of that, and maybe give me some change in dirhams. Perfect. And she takes the 50 and then says, right, go to the service station over there and get some money out in cash, and then come back and I'll give you your 50 back. So she takes my 50, she's taking my 50, she opens the gate up. I go through, ride the 100 yards down the road to the service station. I can't see an obvious cash point, I end up going a lap of the service station trying to find it. Which I park up and go inside. I speak to the guy on the cash desk and say, where's the cash point? I can get some cash out. And he's like, no, there's no cash point. Alright, is there a cash point anywhere? And he's like, yeah, the nearest one's in the Shell garage over the road. But this is an auto route, so over the road means you've got to go 10 miles down the road, turn around, come back, go through the fucking péage again, which is going to cause the same problems, then pull into the Shell garage, then get the cash out. And I'm like, this woman's just done a swifty on me, hasn't she? So she charged me 50 euros for something that was going to cost me €2.50. Anyway, I stopped at the one that was about another 10 miles down the road. I realised I had 20 in my pocket at that point as well. And so I parked the bike up and went to the side, and I spoke to the guy, and he's like, yeah, I'll tell you what, you give me 20 euros and I'll give you 200 dirhams. So he did that, and I went back, got the bike, turned around and came back, and I thought 200 dirhams, I thought, so he's going to charge me 120 euros. He said do, so I thought, oh, okay, he's going to charge me 120. And I was like, well, that's only going to leave me 80. So I'm thinking, if there's another fucking toll booth, another péage, I'm going to be 40 short again. Oh god, what am I going to do? I have to try and explain to someone. I hope they can change a 50 or whatever. Anyway, sure enough, there was another péage down the road. So I pull up and I count up my money, and I realised obviously he's given me 200 dirham, but it's only 20 dirham, which pissed me off no end, because I realised at that point that the 50 she'd give me wasn't like a £20. I thought maybe it was going to be like a 20 euro charge, and she'd had 50, which would have been bad, but not that bad. Anyway, it was a €2 charge and she had 50. That's a bit more annoying. Anyway, so I still had 175 odd dirhams left, so I was able to pay the 20. In fact, I've still got some left now. So yeah, I got through the next 4 or 4 toll booths, spent a total of about 750 in legitimate tolls, €7.50 in legitimate tolls, on top of the 50 she had off me. So once again, another péage disaster for Ben, who never seems to have any luck when it comes to péage. And now we're pulling into Casablanca.
So I've actually made it into downtown Casablanca. Absolutely roasting ride in. I think it hit about 36, 37 degrees, which was a bit brutal. Temp on the bike went up to 105. I was absolutely melting, but I finally made it to the hotel, had a shower, and I've managed to get all my bits and pieces sorted out. So now I'm feeling very refreshed despite my sweaty appearance. I've just been having a wander around and trying to get a feel for the place. It's another one of those gloriously frenetic cities that I love. Absolute chaos seemingly, people driving like lunatics. I'm fitting right in. Running red lights, dodging traffic, every man for himself. It's absolutely brilliant. And seemingly no one manages to hit anybody else, which is always an astonishment in these kind of crazy cities. But yeah, I like Casablanca so far. I did realise about an hour after I got here that seemingly Morocco is on the same time frame as the UK, and I set my clock on the bike in Europe for an hour ahead, as you do, and I didn't realise I should have set it back when I arrived here. So I've been bombing around trying to get places, thinking I'm going to be getting in later than I actually am, and actually it turns out that I'm an hour ahead of myself, and I was panicking for absolutely no reason. So sat nav's telling me I'm going to be there by 1 o'clock, and my clock on the bike saying 2 o'clock, and I'm thinking, well, the bike must be right and the sat nav's wrong, and charging around like a lunatic unnecessarily. But managed to have a couple of quick beers in the bar, which is sorting me right out, and now I'm going to go and wander off and see if I can find something delicious to eat before heading back to my fantastic queen-sized bed in my nice hotel, staying at the Odyssey Boutique Hotel. It's very nice. Staff are absolutely lovely. We chat to the concierge and the security guard, and the concierge only speaks French and Arabic, and the security guard only speaks English and Arabic, so I'm trying to have a conversation with the two of them at the same time, and I'm speaking to one in English and I'm speaking to the other one in French, and then they're speaking to each other in Arabic and translating for each other as well, sometimes into English depending on how much English he speaks, sometimes into French depending on how much French the other guy speaks. But that's the joy of these interactions. It's always amusing what gets lost in translation, but I like meeting the locals and having a chat about stuff. And I also bumped into a couple of Americans in the lift, and they were also on their way out to eat, and I asked them if they knew anywhere that was any good, but they were just going to go and eat in the hotel bar. But, so yeah, maybe I'll end up doing that, but I'm going to go try and find something a bit more local if I can. And I've booked a place for tomorrow as well, so I had a quick look at my itinerary and got about 230 odd miles to go to Aswaria tomorrow. It's not pronounced Aswaria. A couple of people have told me how it's pronounced and I keep forgetting it. It's something like Assia or something like that, so I'm not really sure. Got some police whistling and waving at me. Maybe they're whistling and waving at someone else. I must have a guilty conscience, I just assume it's me. Oh, they're getting up, they're coming this way. Do I speak French? Am I just a dumb foreigner? Maybe I'll go the dumb foreigner route. Oh no, I'm going to go the I speak French route.